Woo! What's going on, guys? Almost Form coming at you guys today with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the NFL draft that's coming up in 1 week. A week and a day. Let's just go with the week. Now, there's all kinds of things going on right now. There's all kinds of rumors, all kinds of articles going on out there about the Detroit Lions and about prospects coming here, not coming here. This guy is a bust. This guy doesn't fit the culture. This guy's no good. This guy's overrated. Blah 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 blah. Okay, we all have our opinions, and the experts have their opinions as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. We are in crazy season right now. You start hearing stuff in this draft about players that are just outrageous. We're a week away, like I said, and we're going to start hearing more garbage coming out about anything that you've ever heard about any single player. Some may be true, some are probably not true. Now, I want to talk about what I think the Detroit Lions are going to do, and it's making me really, really nervous. And the thing about it is, what I think they're going to do scares me. And I'm going to say something. 97.1 The Ticket said something about this yesterday or 2 days ago. Mike Valente came out with what he thinks they're going to do too, and I'm not stealing this from him. But we are kind of on the same path a little bit, and that's very rare because me and that guy just don't have the same kind of thought process, and that's fine. But to me, I think he's kind of spot on what he thinks this regime is going to do. Even though he had some ridiculous points of view, I still think in the long run, we're on the same wavelength on what I think this regime is going to do. Now, you guys all know what I want to do. You guys all know what I want this regime to do. I want them to grab Kayvon Thibodeau, the defensive end out of Oregon. I think he's a game changer. I think he's special. I think he is a guy that you can build around. He's a kid that offenses will game plan for. And he is a guy that I feel is the best pass rusher in this draft. He's not the most polished pass rusher, but I think he's the best pass rusher in this draft. Yes, he needs to learn maybe a few more moves in his arsenal, but that could be coached up. That could be done. No problem, I think, because he's just so good. Now the article's coming out about Thibodeau. No one really questions his football talent, but then there's question about his motor. There's questions about does he love the game? There's questions about does he love being, does he love the game of football, or does he just love being a football player? Seen that from Joe Klatt yesterday on Path to the Draft, the NFL Network. It kind of hit me there. It kind of hit me. There's no one's questioning his talent. The thing is, it's funny about Thibodeau. No one questions his talent, but people do question his motor, and I think that's a load of bull. I think he has a motor. I think he cares about the game. He seems like a kid. People are afraid of drafting Thibodeau, because he's a different kid. He's wired differently. He's completely wired differently. He doesn't. He wants to brand himself. He's about a lot of things outside of the game of football. He wants to open up schools. I believe he wants to do that. He wants to be something other than a football player. But he's already made it clear that he loves the game. Football has gotten him to where he is right now, and it has. He's been literally a superstar since high school. He's had the spotlight on him since high school, and as a freshman at Oregon, he was a boss. Suffered through some injuries, still produced, but there's things out there. I think he's the best player in this draft, and I think that's the avenue they should go. Okay? Now, I'm not a professional scout. I'm just a Chrysler Stellantis worker that works on the line, and a YouTuber that loves the game of football, and I love my Detroit Lions. and I really get into these draft prospects. And there's nobody I think that isn't better than Kevon Thibodeau. Now, I haven't really done, I didn't do any work. I usually do all my work on this. When you guys see me looking down, that's where I'm looking at, because I do all my work on these. That's nothing. That's getting tossed. This is getting tossed too. There's nothing really on this one. A couple ideas. I didn't write anything for this. This was just me kind of going off on a tangent, a little bit of a rant. Now, I want them to grab Thibodeau, okay? And I feel they're not going to. I just have a gut feeling. I have that, and it's in the bottom of my stomach, the pit of my stomach, and it's making me sick. I don't like the feeling. I think this regime might be too scared. You know, there's reports out there that Campbell doesn't like him. Now, I try to tell people not to look into things, not to read into, because it's lying season. Lying, Lying, not lying. It's lying season right now. So you're going to see all the fluff. You're going to see all the trash articles about every single player, and you don't know if it's true, good or bad. Even if something good comes out, you don't know if you don't know, because it's such, these guys lie for a living. That's what football really is, man. They all lie. They lie about injuries. They lie about availability. They lie about prospects. They lie about everything. These GMs, coaches, they all lie. It's just what they do. So there's this thing come out that says that Dan Campbell doesn't like Kevon Thibodeau's attitude. Okay. He's not a culture fit. He's, comes from Albert Breer, an NFL executive, came out, If you can't put a name to it, shut your mouth. I don't believe any of it, good or bad. It doesn't even matter. So, but me being me, I read into things. I do a lot of research and I do a lot of reading. And I just have a feeling, because I'm probably reading into it too much, and I'm trying to tell people not to, but I'm kind of doing the opposite of what I'm giving the advice for. I have a feeling they're going to draft Travon Walker. I have a feeling. This kid, Travon Walker, if you don't know who he is, Georgia defensive end, kind of versatile, up and down the line. He was a defensive tackle when he first came into Georgia as a freshman. Lost some weight, became a defensive end. Has on a loaded defensive team from Georgia. Best defense, I think, in the last 15 years, this Georgia defense. Now, this is a kid that, had 6 sacks last year, racked up some tackles. Couldn't really win against offensive linemen, though. Couldn't really win. Has a terrible win rate against O-linemen on the play action, straight up, on everything you can really think of. Like a 10%, 11%, I think as high as 13%. I've seen some articles or sites where he has a win rate of like 10 to 13%. Let's just go with that. So 10%. So that means once every 10 snaps, this guy's beating an O-lineman. Now, if they go for that, I'm going to seriously question this organization. This is a pick I don't want. There's 2 guys that I do not want in this draft. At number 2. And it's the 2 kids from Georgia. Travon Walker, the defensive end, and Jordan Davis, the nose tackle. And there's stuff out there that Jordan Davis is this game-changing nose tackle that will revolutionize the NFL. Okay, he's a beast. He's a guy that no one's really seen. You haven't really seen a guy this big, 6'6", 6'7", whatever he is, 340, 350 pounds. But in reality, he's a 2-down nose tackle that didn't make any plays. Now, he won the defensive player in the country last year. Chuck Bednarik Award, I think it's called. I think it's the Chuck Bednarik Award. He won that, which I have absolutely no idea why. I don't know how. He didn't make any plays. Yes, he took on double teams. Yes, he played the run very, very well. Probably the best run-stuffing nose tackle in college football in the last probably 10, 15 years. I'm not going to take that away from the kid. But he's not a playmaker. Now, if you're going to tell me he's a playmaker because he's letting other guys run free, make plays, okay. I'll listen to that. I'm not going to buy it, but I'll listen to it. I just think he's completely overhyped, and he's another guy that was a combine warrior, just like Travon Walker was at the combine, who did phenomenal on his RAS scores. Athletic through the roof, but didn't produce a lot. Now, like I said, surrounded by all world talent at Georgia, everywhere, up and down in the secondary, in the linebacking room, even on the D-line still. Bunch of guys that were making plays. But Travon Walker and Jordan Davis are not. Now, I think Jordan Davis is out of the equation at number 2. I really think he is, unless they pull some miracle or just pull the wool over all our eyes and take him and take Jordan Davis. Then if they do that, then I'm really going to question them. But I think he's out of the equation. But you hear the Travon Walker hype at 1, and you hear him at number 2. Now, this is a kid, Travon Walker, and I'm back on the Walker thing. This is a kid that was literally a late first round pick, second round pick, up until the combine. Looked phenomenal, did everything that you wanted to see at the combine. This is why the combine is a little bit of a farce. We love the combine, because it's the first taste of really football that we get after the Super Bowl. It's literally like a month and a half away, or almost 2 months away after the Super Bowl, and we get to see the combine. So we get our first taste, and fans jump all over the combine. Nobody had Jordan Davis or even Travon Walker in the top 15, let alone the top 2 or 3. Now this kid, all of a sudden, after looking good in his Under Armour underwear, is going to be the number 1 pick for the Jaguars or the number 2 pick for the Detroit Lions. What a joke that is. I think that is an absolute farce, and I'm not buying into it. And you know what? I don't know as much as these guys. There's not a chance. But it will be, if they pick Travon Walker, it will be a Matt Patricia, a Quinn Tricia pick. It will be a pick that they got. It will be one of those picks where they think they can fix him. They can fix him. They're not, like, they talk about risk, they talk about safe picks. This pick is beyond risk. This is where I disagree with Mike Valente. Mike Valente was calling him the safer pick. I don't see how he would be. His best traits are setting the edge, playing against the run. He's not a pass rusher. He doesn't win against old linemen. So how are you calling him a safe pick? He's the riskiest one of all. He's beyond risky. You're going to take a guy because his athletic scores are through the roof. You're taking a guy because he's an edge setter. Come on, man. He's Trey Flowers 2.0, by the way. I've done the videos on him if you've watched him. That's what he is. He's Trey Flowers 2.0. Do you want that at 2? Is that what you want? He's a more athletic Trey Flowers. Let's go there. Okay? He's very athletic. He's beyond athletic. He's a freak of nature. But when it comes to football production, he just didn't have it. He didn't do it. Like, from that standpoint, he just didn't do it. So I have a feeling that this organization, and I hope I'm dead wrong, that they're going to pick a kid like Travon Walker at 2, because then they're going to try to sell it to us that they're going to fix this kid. He's going to be the next Myles Garrett. He's going to be that guy. He's got the arm length. He's got the 35.5-inch arms, whatever they are. They're long like Myles. He's big like Myles. He's 275, 280 pounds and runs like a stallion, okay? And he can get to the quarterback. He can get to the running back. He can tackle for loss. He did none of that in college. None. How is he going to all of a sudden change that in the NFL? Yes, players get better. Players do produce. Some guys that don't produce in college, they become really good football players in the NFL. You have seen it. It does happen. But look at the organization. Look at this organization. Who are you surrounding him with? You're not surrounding him with talent. You're not surrounding the kid with a bunch of talent. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait on this kid. His rookie year he had 2-3 sacks. Well, he's going to be better next year. He's going to be better next year. Well, what? He's going to have 6? Like what's he going to do? I just find it kind of boils my blood that this team doesn't. If I'm thinking what they're going to do, that they don't want to get better. Like how do you not want to get better? Like you were talking about safe picks. Kevon Thibodeau is the safe pick. I don't care, man. 4 years down the road, you can't draft a guy and think, well, maybe he doesn't want to stay here. You can't think like that because Sue did it. Who gives a damn? It doesn't matter. If you're going to give me a guy like Kevon Thibodeau that give me that kind of production, like a Sue production, give me him all day. Give me him all day with a guy that I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a guy that's going to play the run well in Travon Walker. Instead, you're going to let a guy like Thibodeau, because he's a different kid, he's wired a little bit differently. He's all about he has other interests, and you're scared of that. You're scared of that, and you don't want to pick because he's not a Dan Campbell guy, because Travon Walker lives and sleeps football. Give me a friggin' break. That is an awful analogy. I probably shouldn't be all worked up over it, but I'm having the PTSD, man, of this draft. It's coming. It's coming, and I have a bad feeling they're going to go Travon Walker, and I'm going to be absolutely infuriated with that pick. I'm not going to be happy if that's what they do. I have a feeling that's going to happen, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I just really do. They're going to pass up on Thibodeau. They're going to pass up on probably one of the best defensive edges that we've seen in a while. And they're going to grab the kid that's a little bit of a project. You don't grab projects at 2. A guy that was a late first-round pick, second-round pick, all of a sudden he shoots up to a top 2 pick because he looks great in his damn underwear. That's just something I don't understand. I hope I'm dead wrong on this, but I just have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling it's going to be Travon Walker at number 2. And it's really eating me up. It's really eating me up. We're a week away. We're seeing all kinds of stupid articles, all kinds of fluff stuff coming out that doesn't seem to be real. You don't know what's real or not. No one can put a name to an article. It's like, one NFL executive, one coach says. It's just nobody ever can put a name to anything because most of it, 89 to 99% of it is complete BS. It's not real. But I read into it. I'm just like I'm like a normal dude, just like everybody else, and I just have the feeling because of what this regime has done in the past with the mistakes they made, I feel Travon Walker is gonna be the guy, and I'm hoping it's not the case. I'm hoping they don't act like Quintricia and try to fix guys. Overhype guys, overvalue players. We've seen it in the past with the Okudah pick. He's been hurt, so you kind of have to take it easy on him, but he's literally on his last legs. Literally on his last legs. And we've seen it in Jelani Tavai. We've seen it with Matt Millen drafting guys like Jordan Dyson, Ezekiel Ansah. I don't even know what his first name. I think it was Ezekiel Ansah, right? Those type players, guys that were pretty much projects that they all tried to fix. And you've seen a little bit of production from guys like Ansah, but he couldn't stay healthy. Jordan Dyson was a complete bust of a linebacker that Millen took like in the second round, where the guy should have went in the 5th or 6th, or undrafted. Jelani Tavai, Quintricia, guy drafted in the second round, shouldn't have been drafted that high. He was a 5th, 6th guy, 5th, 6th round at best. Now you got a guy in Travon Walker that is still a late first, probably second round pick. You're going to take him in the top 2? I'm not buying it, man. They can't do it. They just can't do it. They have to go with the best available player. They have to. And if Thibodeau's there, he should be a Lion. And if Hutchinson's there, him or Hutchinson. Give me Thibodeau or Hutchinson all day long. And then just call it a day. Don't overthink it. This shouldn't be overthunk, whatever, man. It's just, you can't overthink these things. Get the guy that you think is going to make the immediate impact. And I don't think Walker's that guy. And I don't think Jordan Davis is either. This ain't the 70s, man. This ain't the 70s where every team runs the football 40 times a game. That's just not a reality. Jordan Davis playing 38 to 50% of his snaps all through Georgia. All of a sudden, you're going to make this guy a 3-down nose tackle? Get out of here with that noise. That's noise. That's nothing but noise, man. He is what he is until he proves he's not. That's my motto. Is what he is until he proves he's not. That's it. With Jordan Davis or Travon Walker. You can't sit there and go, well, Travon Walker was misused. No, man. He had tons of one-on-ones. Couldn't beat his old lineman for the life of him. Then you're going to take him at 2 overall because he's got great RAS scores? Beat it. That's awful. It's an awful evaluation of players. They take the true edge. Take a guy like Thibodeau or Hutchinson and call it a damn day. That's it. That's the video, guys. I went on a little bit of a rant. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks for listening to the video. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get all my videos. And don't forget to like and comment. Let's talk about who you guys want. What edge do you want, man? Thibodeau, Hutchinson, Travon Walker. You can even throw Jermaine Johnson in there if you want to. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather take a guy like that at number 2 than a guy like Travon Walker. I would. I want a game changer. Give me a game changer. Not a guy that can play the edge and play the run. I don't want a guy that can set the edge and play the run. We've had that in Trey Flowers. I don't want a guy that can get me 7 sacks. That's it, guys. Thanks for the video. Boom. Go Lions.